What's up, my writing weirdos? Hey, it's me, BC, coming to you live from, well, my YouTube channel, my Facebook, wherever it is that you happen to find me. I don't know. I post it all over the place. We're going to do some writing sprints tonight. I am getting over not feeling great, so how long we'll be doing them is a little up in the air, but we're going to do what we can while we can. And see y'all just a few moments.
It's showtime.
Hey everybody! As I said before, I am BC. This is BC Brown Books. We're here tonight on YouTube and on Facebook, going live to you to do some writing productivity sprints. My wonderful, fantastic, ethereal, I can't think of all the words. Sako Tumi is here.
Ethereal is a good word right now.
Yeah, ethereal is, yeah.
I just got out of a yoga class, so I'm kind of wiggly.
I'm wiggly.
I'm a little wiggly.
I'm definitely wiggly. So I was thinking tonight we'd do just the pretty standard, like the 20-minute sprints with us chit-chatting in between. I am still working. I should probably tell people what we're working on. For those of you who do not know, Sako and I co-authored a book that came out in 2021, late 2021, called Flambeau. It was a urban fantasy, paranormal type romp and adventure, and we are writing the sequel to it called Delphian. Since we wrote that together live on air, we're writing this one together live on air.
Just at a much slower rate.
Much slower. We killed ourselves.
We're being kinder to ourselves this time.
We are.
That's the whole year to write the book the last time, and we hauled ass.
Yeah, so between Sako and I, we, from idea inception all the way through to our book release party, that took just a hair over a year for us to do. And that was writing, alternating channels like we're doing now and stuff like that. And we were way more on top of, I can't say that Sako's never on top of her streaming schedule. She's always on top of her streaming schedule. But I was way more on top of my streaming schedule. And I did a lot more like work in between streams on the back end, which was just mega hauling ass because other things I was writing as well.
Right. Yeah, true.
Plus life. Plus life. There's
and other projects and
life, other projects, work.
And, yeah.
I like how we're both like work at the same time.
After work, yeah.
Yeah, so this time
I'm trying to learn how to not have toxic productivity and feel guilty for not working on paid illustrations. I spent all day doing that.
I get you.
I've been writing, God forbid, and taking care of myself and like.
So for those who don't know, Sako is an amazing artist. You can find all of her information plus more of mine down below, but more specifically her information down below and where to find her. And she is a commissioned artist, as well as other. Yes. She also does also wonderful other things.
If you are an author and you want your characters drawn, or you want some preliminary sketches for your book covers or anything like that, look me up.
Yeah, she's really great. She's affordable, and go check out her work. Just trust me. Just go check out her work. You'll like it.
All my links are in the description.
Anyway, so I want to say hi to some people. Hey, Cool Gamer, good to see you. One of our regulars on Tuesdays. I like. Hi, Courtney. Good to see you. So happy. I haven't seen you in ages. Cool Gamer's popping in again. I think Cool Gamer's double doing duty on streams.
Yes, absolutely. Stream hoppers unite.
Yeah. Hi, Heather. Yeah, long time no see, given the fact that I just had a meeting with you, via StreamYard.
I'm surprised.
4 hours today. I know, right? Because I'm always like, well, she's, like super mom mode, so.
Super mom, yeah.
Plus editor, plus all the stuff, so. And helping to organize panel for neurodivergent writers and like all sorts of stuff going on right now.
Indeed.
Yes. Gordy, it has been forever. It's been forever.
For me too.
I figured I was going to, with doing the Facebook Lives as well, I thought I'd maybe capture a few more people that I haven't seen in forever on stream. So, plus it's also like where my dad hangs out. He likes to pop into the stream and, you know, all sorts of things.
Cool.
But, so I am working on tonight. I'm still working on the vampire lore section that.
Excellent. I made some vampires, and I made both the elders and I started tinkering with the Methuselahs, and I made Zebulon's team.
Awesome. Okay. I like
So we have a whole bunch of new characters.
Yes. Did, by any chance, had you been in there to see my note about the Sisters Grey?
I don't remember.
Okay. I think we have a little bit of a we have a little bit of, I think, of a little issue. I don't know how we want to approach it. So apparently I don't know as much about the Sisters Grey as I thought I knew.
Okay.
Because when I went in, I was like, okay, I can't really think of anything else to like link it to and how to like mold it into working with our story. So I went in and I was doing the research, but the Sisters Grey are different than the Fates.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, because I've always called them, I mean, I've used the terms.
I thought it was a cultural difference.
No, so what I was going in and finding,
to Google.
Yes, to Google we go. So, the Sisters Grey are just the supernatural witches that knew how to get to the Gorgons. Their names were Pimfreda, Anyo, and Dino.
Yes.
But they're different than the Fates.
Fate, yeah.
So since
do we do the do we change the lore from the Sisters Grey to the
Fates?
To the Fates?
We can. I just wanted to make sure before I just was like, I'm going to unilaterally make this decision. They are how I usually perceive the Fates to look. They have the one eye that they share. You know, they're the hag-like creatures, you know, kind of thing. But apparently the Fates are not hags. They're not hag-like creatures. Except for except for in Macbeth. That's the only time that the Fates are depicted as actual all three crones. But, yeah. But, okay, so I just wanted to check that with you before I was like, because I'm going to get into this heavy lore section. And I've got all my...
we can either do away with it entirely, or we can come up with a new entity that, like a spirit or a some kind of entity that is interested in Kyler for some reason.
Okay. I started doing a little bit of research deeper into the Oracle of Delphi and, you know, Pythia and all of that stuff, which I already know a ton about, but to see if there's a way to wrap it back in through that. So I think the first sprint or so I'll be doing, my bangs need trimmed. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of homework that first sprint, but then I'll jump back into the lore. So.
Okay, sounds great.
We got lots of folks that are popping in. Heather smiling and might not be in here for all that long. Might be here for first sprint. I'm sure you're getting tired. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna, good to see you. Hugs.
Jenna. I
yes,
helped
lots of
Jenna troubleshoot her workbook today. It was very satisfying.
Yes. That satisfied me right there. That my hands are apparently recognizable by StreamYard now, so I can do the fun things.
Yay.
Anyway, all right. So we are going to go ahead and get started for the first sprint. We're going to put 20 minutes on. There's no timer on this. There should be no sound at all this time because I went ahead and took care of that. So 20 minutes on the clock, and we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. that was not supposed to have the beep on it, but hey, beepity beep, beepity beep, stupid thing.
Bippity beep.
Beepity burp.
Burp, burp.
It's just like, dang it. Alright, I must have grabbed the wrong file. That's okay. This thing is a little annoying behind me, this whole green screen thing.
I
Trying
have
to
one
get-
like that. Yeah, yeah.
Trying to get used to it. It's nice because it means I don't have to quite worry so much about what else behind me and getting set up and all that stuff. So there's that. There. Cleaned kitchen, continued working on some formulas on the spreadsheet. That's always good, Cordy. That's good. Let's see. We had, I think, people were chatting about dinner. I was getting punchy. I'm always punchy. Like, it's just sometimes it's way,
Yeah.
sometimes it's way more exaggerated. A lot of it has to do with how well I can pay attention in the moment.
Yeah.
So I got a little more research in about our Faith's Sister Gray stuff. I think we can actually tie it back to the original origin of the Temple of Delphi was it was Gaia's temple. It was a temple to Mother Earth. And I did not know this, but she had a dragon or a snake, a giant one that was known as Python, and that's where Pythia came from because her priestess took the name of her Python.
I see.
Or the priestess took the name of the Python after Apollo, took over the temple and stole her dragon snake.
Thing. Yeah.
So I think I can make it work within the confines of that. But I'm probably going to spend another sprint researching.
I think I'm going to work on some vampires
Good idea.
and weaving them in a little earlier.
Yeah, we put that in at the very beginning. We put the beat in there that we could, if we needed, put the slaughter scene of the initial her child and a bunch of other, vampires in a nest being killed. We can move that around, although I think the way we have it flowing is kind of nice so far.
Do we kill the elder vampires in the end?
Yeah, we're killing them. When is that? We don't kill them. I mean, we only kill.
We only kill the Methuselah. The one Methuselah.
That's true, the one Methuselah. We could kill a few other elder vampires.
Okay.
We can have, broad-based slaughter. I'm good. So,
Thanks, Cordy.
Cordy literally just read a book called Maiden of Artemis, and it also featured everything you're talking about.
Yay!
So, I have weird interest in mythology and historical stuff. Weird things that people are not as want to know as much about. I'm just yep, that's a thing that really fascinates me for some reason. So, yeah. But I say we go into another sprint here in a moment. I'm either full steam aheading the sprints, or I'm gonna have to be okay, we're kind of thing.
I think
Heather got a bit more than a page and a quarter of morning pages journaling done, and organized some files on the desktop, which was her lamentation earlier today of needing to organize her desk. Oh yeah, it was a mythology and history. Absolutely, I've adored it. General history, I was bored with for the longest time, because in my public education schooling growing up in the 80s and 90s, we didn't really touch on things historical past what pertained to our town. I never got to research World War II, but I knew everything about George Rogers Clark, Sacagawea, the Westward Trail, because my hometown was where George Rogers Clark launched, where Lewis and Clark launched their expedition into the West from. We have a giant fucking monument to it. Town used to be the capital of the Northwest Territory before it was actual states. So, like, that's all we ever got. We got whatever was Vincent's, Indiana's.
It was Civil War for us.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Was,
Yeah.
It's 20 minutes away.
Yeah, you're right there. It's Virginia, DC. It's that Annapolis. Yeah, it's that whole area. So I was super bored with that. With like, I guess I should call it slightly more recent history. I always enjoyed ancient history. It's ancient history where it kind of blends with some of its mythology and some of it we're just piecing together shit based on logic. But yeah, based on the 3 things we found and logically what could be done with them.
Yeah.
You know, so I always enjoyed that. To me, it was like the stories were permanent because they're right there, but there was a little more like you could kind of imagine. You had to imagine more what somebody's personal life was like or what things like that were. I don't know. I can't still have it cleaned off your actual desk. Okay, well, never mind. But all right, I say we go ahead and do another sprint. And I'll hopefully get to writing on this section. Okay. All right, let's get started, y'all. Get this added. I think I gotta do my rewindy. Yep. Okay, we're gonna get started. Oh, wait. Not now. Not now. 1, 2, 3. Now we can sprint, as I say so. beep, 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 beep. Got rid of the sound.
That was so fast.
I know, it really was. And I think it's just because you and I were going back and forth in the document chat, like trying to figure it out.
Not just that, but I'm like looking over the like second act and I'm like,
yeah, it's light in places, and it's definitely something I want to shore up in the, that I definitely want to shore up before we finish out the zero draft.
yeah.
So
I've been going back and I cleaned up Act 3.
yes.
And I'm working on Act 2 now.
Mhm.
And chapter 11 is bothering me.
Yeah, it's when we put it together, I'm pretty sure I remember us like saying we're gonna have to add some more stuff to this.
Yeah.
At some point. We're gonna have to refine this. So as what you were saying in the chat, so here's kind of how I pictured it could go is they find out Hammond. I don't know how they found out Hammond told Darian this information about the church or whatever. But they grab him, torture him, try and get Darian's information out of him, whatever. When he doesn't know,
or the Zebulon's folks do.
Zebulon's forces. Because he's insider trading. He gave Darian information, plus he happens to turn out to be gay, because that's where Darian met him.
How did they find out he's gay?
Well, I mean, he could have been... Well, I guess they don't find out necessarily he's gay. But we could put it to he was seen out with Darian leaving that particular nightclub. Church spies are everywhere.
Yeah, maybe.
I know. I think we're gonna have to
we got to stick a pin in that.
Yeah, because it's gonna be a thing.
I highlighted the chapter, so I know I need to go back and
because
think that whole chapter.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to have to be because my original thoughts were the church found out Hammond gave insider information to Darian. They torture Hammond to find out who Darian is and what information he gave him or what information Darian was even asking about.
Okay.
Then when he only knows so much, then all of a sudden, Darian was asking about vampires and stuff. Then they go to find Darian, kidnap him, torture him, and do so. They want to kill Hammond in front of Darian after they torture Darian to punish Hammond. So it's like roundabout punishment.
I think I get it.
Yeah, but instead, Darian gets free with the Unbound's help. They decide to rescue Hammond. He gets a little redemption arc, even though he's just a bit character.
Mm-hmm.
So that was where I was saying, but I knew more had to go into that section of building up to how they found out Hammond told anybody anything. So then I was thinking, well, then it would have to be somebody saw him with Darian, or somebody overheard their conversation, or something. I don't know.
Is it a conversation? I think originally Darian was gonna torture Hammond.
No, we were gonna have, because he met him at the gay club, and he was just gonna get information out of him.
Okay.
Chat him up and become his friend, and I can't see Darian torturing anybody. But
yeah, that was kind of my thought. Yeah.
He could get ruthless if he needs to, but that seems like it would be beyond his scope. I'm sure the Unbound could probably do it, but they pride themselves on not being like that as much as possible. Because that's what the council's like, sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. We get to some comments here real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Please. Cordy did some reading of the arc, but you have to finish before the 12th. Nice. At least you read them when you are an ARC reader. Thank you. So many ARC readers don't. Kills me. Oh, my sound, my beepity beep. Aw. The reason I do my beepity beep is because it's more gentle than most.
Than most beepity beeps.
Yeah, than most of the beepity beeps. Hey, Molly, good to see you. So Molly Daniels is a fellow writer and one of my very best friends.
Cool.
She writes under Molly Daniels, where she does like kind of sweet romance, coming of age type stuff. Not middle age coming of age, like young adult coming of age type stuff.
Yeah.
And then she also writes under Kinsey Michael, which is a little spicier of romance, a little more towards the heavier sex scenes and stuff like that.
Cool.
So good stuff. Y'all should go check her out. I'm glad that you managed some words.
Heather.
Oh yeah, she's taken off. Okay, that's good. Thanks for staying. I appreciate it. It's late for Mega Mama to be, for Super Mama to be up. Not late for like you and me, but it's late for Super Mama to be up.
Super Mom, yeah.
So 40 tries. Definitely missed a few arcs from NetGalley. It's one of the favorite indie authors and acquaintances, so it helps that I love her writing. Want to devour it in one sitting. Very helpful. Oh, your sound was too high.
Oh, gotcha.
I do that all the time. Where I like blast myself into oblivion with the TV because so we have a sound bar and everything. We tend to watch things through our PlayStation, but for some reason, pardon me. For some reason, just switching between YouTube on the PlayStation 5 and Netflix on the PlayStation 5, you have to go from like a sound of like 60 on YouTube, but you have to crank it all the way down to like a 30 on Netflix. But I don't always think about it, so I don't think about turning down the volume before I switch to my app that I want to go to. And so I'll switch to Netflix and I get the boom boom, and it's up at 60. Yeah, it's at 60 instead of at 30, and I'm like, holy crap! I heard it, and every deaf friend I have heard it. Jeez Louise, I felt that in my bones.
Paranormal fiction. Ooh.
Oh my goodness, I have been waiting for you to write something paranormal, non-factually, because a lot of Molly's stories are based on her, well, at least Molly's books that are more of the young adult, sweet, coming of age kind of thing, are based on her time in college. And people she knew and real instances that she's, remixed.
New adult-ish.
Yeah. So she's so she's remixed it and repurposed it and, and it's pretty cool. But I've been waiting for her to write something that is just pure up. Hey, we don't even know if that could have existed.
I have this lesbian romance, vampire lesbian romance thing, still on the back burner.
So sapphic vampire romance is like the gateway drug for a lot of people into writing more vampires. Not people like you and me, but right. Romance writers, contemporary fiction writers, genres that are non-vampiric in nature. Sapphic vampire romance is where I always see so many people segue into paranormal via that avenue, and I love it. I'm here for it. I love it. The only thing I got tired of over time were the love triangles between, shifters and vamps and humans. That's
a child trope.
That got old a little quick. Oh. Yeah, Dakota is amazing. Dakota Rebel, who doesn't know, fantastic LGBTQ writer, writes a lot of paranormal, really cool person, just in general. But introduced you to gay MM vampires. Yes, I love my little vampire twinks sometimes with each other. Well, you can go to Dakota for information. You can come to me, Molly. Because Molly's not in the LGBTQ camp. She flies the flag as an ally.
I see.
But she's, not intimately aware of, being gay.
really, I was like, I have this vampire, and my co-writer at the time was like, I have this other human character with a tragic backstory. And it just so happened that they were both female. So, okay, here we go.
It's a match made in heaven. One person has a vampire that needs something done with. One person has a character with a tragic backstory. Fantastic match made in heaven.
Fantastic. Yeah.
One of these days I'm going to write just like a super happy meet cute of vampires, like the most sapphic, but the most like saccharinely sapphic thing on the face of the planet. My hair is driving me nuts. My bangs are way too long. They need to be like, I love them real long and curtainy, but then I can't see anything.
Yeah, they're a little on the long side. They either need to get longer or shorter.
I've been really enjoying them. Like, usually I go through my routes of, oh my god, I hate these bangs, and then I let them grow out. But lately I've been enjoying them because I wear my hair up a lot here in Portland because it's, especially right now, it's rainy season, so my hair gets frizzy. I don't want to wear it down, so I wear it up a lot. And the bangs just help give my face some definition because it's so square.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay, so Molly says, yes, you have to. Why are you not sending me stuff randomly? I will read it. I may not have time to comment on it, but I'll read it eventually. Fallen in love with your fairy realm. Speaking of fairies, Sako and I are talking a third book to this series, dealing with the Fae.
Dun dun dun. And I have a novella set in the Fae realm.
Yes. Yes, I have
That
a
is
short.
a horror. That is a horror drama.
So I have a short story that deals with the Fae in an anthology about the Fae. Like, they did two anthologies, and one is the Seelie Court and one is the Unseelie Court.
Right.
And so I have a short story in there in the Seelie Court one. Although, if I had kept writing, it could have very easily turned out to be an Unseelie.
Neat.
So it's like kind of one of those things. It's just a really sweet story. It's called Extraordinary. But one of my favorite stories I've ever written. Okay, let's do another sprint.
Yeah.
Sound good? How long have we been on? We've been on for just over an hour. Okay, we're doing good.
We're doing all right.
Let's get this going. We're gonna get going in 3, 2, 1. Sprint, y'all. Hey, there's a beep beep that I should have been doing. Beep 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 beep. Okay. So I'm starting to feel pretty rough and run down. I think I'm gonna call stream early.
Okay.
But I wanted to go over, what I went through. I got started on, I changed the outline to reflect Pythia instead of the sisters.
Okay.
And I've got the section started where Pythia becomes aware of Kyler and where Pythia comes to Kyler to do the, hey, bro, you gotta,
These are the rules.
these are the rules. You're involved, whether you like it or not, kind of a thing. We did have a couple of folks pop in. RK Gold is here. A little shout out to RK because it was he and Savvy Lasers that decided to write Cancel Sean Boston live on their channel. They gave Sako and I the idea to write Flambeau on our channel, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you. We had Nikki pop in. Always good to see you, Nikki. The BB2B took you by surprise? I'm surprised. But probably because you were just so into what you're doing. Let me guess. You are editing a video. Because that's always at this time of night whenever I'm like, hey, what you up to? And you're like editing a video. Yeah, it's good to see you, Nikki.
So I have this.
Ooh.
And I've had it for some time now. And it was in a box with an oil dram that leaked.
Oh.
So I'm trying to take the plastic off finally so I can see the cards.
Mm-hmm.
And it is fighting me.
Well, yeah.
Oil.
Coated in oil, yeah. I broke open a new tarot the other day. I think it's still in the living room, actually. So
It's not even funny.
So I have an Amazon wish list. That's, it goes out with my newsletter sometimes, it's usually like through my Patreon or whatever. That people will they can send me a random gift if they would like to. So I've done that for a number of years. I occasionally get some gifts, but not very often. But I got a tarot deck the other day that I had put on there. I don't know how long ago.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
It's a butterfly deck. I'm gonna have to hold on here real quick.
It's a butterfly deck.
Yeah. Which was because I have a thing for moths, but you can't find moths just standalone on their own unless it's just the death head moth. So people will get me butterfly decks because will get me butterfly stuff because it usually also has moths in it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I know, I'm weird. I like moths. Butterflies are nice, don't get me wrong. And it was one of my favorite things in Phoenix, actually, was that we had the butterfly habitat, which you could go into. You could do yoga in the atrium where all the butterflies are just landing on you. And it's all humid in there. And yeah, it was cool. But let me see if I can. I like how Amazon, immediately when I start typing Amazon, will bring me to my author page. Like, it gives me the link, it fills it in. It's like, here's your author page. It's like, for once, I'm not, like, checking on myself. Here we go.
Rosie the Tarantula. Yeah, that's my game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it is. Let me share seeing it. Let me share screen. Okay. So it is this deck.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is so pretty. It's Enchanted Blossoms Empowerment Oracle cards by Carla Marrow. I don't usually like a lot of I don't know even what to call that art design. I don't usually like a lot of the vintage type art design like that.
Sure.
Like I call it like vintage nature, like plants and animals and stuff like that. I don't usually like that. That's more my wife's thing. But these were so cute. I just really liked them because they had little dragons as the dinosaur or as the butterflies. And some of them have moth markings on some of them. They were just cute. I liked them. So they went on my list. I'm like, yeah, if somebody wants to get those for me, that'd be cool.
That is super cool. I'm going to
Yeah.
try and use the pen to open this.
You might need to do that, yeah. And I was right. RK is editing a video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it was my BB to beep. Yeah. Cordy has a butterfly pavilion in their town. It's super fun. Oh, you can hold Rosie the tarantula. I would love that. Spiders get a really bad rap. Don't get me wrong. Spiders still freak me out. They still, they still startle me. They still, scare me. And the idea of actually like picking one up most of the time bugs me. But like I can steel myself for it, and I really like them because they're fascinating creatures.
They're borderline rodents.
Yeah.
The ones that I used to play with when I was a kid in Arizona. Like,
oh yeah. So there aren't
birds.
Yeah, there aren't as many spiders in Arizona because there's not a lot of trees and foliage for them to be in. Usually, what's there is like ground dwelling or burrowing, and there are surprisingly a lot of ground recluses, which I thought was weird because they like cold and dark and yeah. But there's a lot of them in Arizona now. Here in Portland, it's the all arachnid show. We get all of them all the time because there's every bit of tree and plant and whatever. But so we get them in the house a lot. But I'm just like, oh, it's a spider I need to take outside before it bites a cat or before a cat eats it and it gets sick. That kind of a thing. But very good to see you, Adega. We're actually getting ready to wrap up a little early.
We're just wrapping up.
Yeah. I'm sorry, love. I'm just not feeling great. I'm getting over being sick with, the plague. So, Rosie's the inspiration for Adrian in your latest book. That is cool. There is a spider on TikTok that I love to watch. It's a creator that does like her spiders talk, and they talk in these like adorable. They're little tiny spiders, little tiny jumping spiders and stuff. But they talk in these adorable little kid voices, and she ventriloquists for each of them, and it's just they have cute little conversations. And anyway, I'm weirdly addicted to that particular TikTok creator and her spiders. Yeah, it's okay. It wasn't as bad as the first time I had the plague, so it just sucks.
It just sucks.
Yeah. Little jumping spiders, the little jumping spider. Yes. Sweetest thing in the world. Yeah. Sorry about that, Adega. I don't know. I'm struggling. So if I'm struggling, it probably means I need to go like medicate and flop on the couch for a while.
Yeah.
Go to bed. But yeah. So I did get some of that stuff done. I got started on those sections for Pythia. And then I'll bounce back to the vampire lore once I get that solidified a little bit as a scene. Or anything in there as a scene, so I know what to base the earlier shit off of.
Yeah.
So that's another tip for writing a series or writing sequels. Write your later scenes so that you can go back and you can structure your earlier scenes that lead up to your later scenes, which is pretty much for every book, in my opinion, you should do, but it's really necessary for sequels.
Yeah, for sure.
And having your original first book outline and everything at your hands when you're going. Okay. So yes, gonna go ahead and bounce off here a little bit early. I really want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us tonight. I feel like I've missed so much lately of streaming that I just feel really bad about it. But it happens. I know. People get sick. I try not to take it out of myself too much. But so anyway, Sako, since we didn't really do an intro, I think most people know you, but just in case they don't and they're stumbling on my video later, why don't you let folks know who you are?
Oh, hi, I'm Sako Tumi, also known as Cass Voit. I'm pretty sure you all know me. Oh, except for Molly. Molly doesn't know me.
Oh, that's right. Molly does not know you very well.
So I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. I just wanted to say, like, if you like this video at any point, I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this one, you can usually find us on Tuesday nights doing this thing either on her channel or my channel. We multi-stream to both channels, so it's all good.
We try to make sure everybody's covered.
You might want to subscribe and maybe even ring that bell on the off chance that YouTube actually notifies you when we go live, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Absolutely. And that's it for me, Writing Weirdos. You know who I am. You know what channel this is on. If you don't, please go and see a doctor soon. I'll talk to you later. Bye.